I got you, people. Testing 1, 2. So I got a beep on the phone that our president, Donald J. Trump, attacked Venezuela. I don't know if it was on Christmas Day, on Christmas Eve. It was one of them. But I can't confirm what actually date it was. It was his Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. So the guy just went inside, man. Unbelievable. With the military, I don't know which type of military, because like I say, I can't confirm that. Everybody's talking about it, but thing is that how is it that a foreign country can go to another foreign country and just snatch people just like that? It tells a lot about a country that can do that and is willing to go all out and continue to do that. We've done it plenty of times, right? And I don't know if there was reason to do that. Like we did it to Saddam Hussein, right? And Saddam Hussein just looked like Maduro. And you look at it, they got similarities, man. What we did too, we did it to Bin Laden. We went in, we captured him. And, keeps on going on. We did that also to other people of other countries and nations, right? Although Gaddafi, we bombed them. And who else? We called Bin Laden, got shot in the head. This country's going crazy. I mean, we fighting, they say, supposedly for drugs, man. So how come we're not catching anybody that doing all these drugs or shipping all these drugs? Instead, the main reason is because Venezuela got the largest oil reserve, and now everybody's fighting for this oil. What I don't understand what that's gonna mean. I mean, okay, he went in there. Now what's gonna happen? And he's gonna, chase all these drug dealers out of Venezuela, or he's gonna, now that he's in, he's gonna force a government change and make deals with that oil. I mean, practically he's gonna take the oil, put companies from the U.S. over there, and he's gonna sell us the oil. You believe that? He's gonna sell that oil in an expensive price. And he's gonna make money. I don't know who's gonna make money, but he steals the oil from another country and he's gonna sell it to us here and the Americans and everybody else. You steal from someone and you sell it over to someone. It doesn't look good. And why should I buy something that is stolen, right? When you buy something that's stolen, it's no good. But you're gonna go to another country, steal something, and then distribute it, sell it to somebody else to make money. I just don't understand the way they do things. I guess they call it politics. When it's done in a political way, it's not considered stealing or anything like that, right? Or invasion or intrusion, anything like that. It's just politics. That's the way they see it. I don't understand. So what they're gonna do now? After they get all this settled, they're gonna get the country back to the Venezuelans, or America's gonna put people in office that they like, that they're gonna do business. And I don't think, even though we went to that country and we did supposedly what we had to take a president of that country that we dislike, or actually the government dislike, and they kidnapped them. I mean, they took him out of his land. I mean, why couldn't they just go there and just talk or whatever? No, they kidnapped not only Maduro, they took his wife with him. Like, make it seem good, like, a couple. Let's take them all as a family. What we're gonna do? What is he gonna do here in America? You're gonna keep him incarcerated in prison, and his wife, in a political disagreement with resources from the country. We have all this money that we give out to other people, and we cannot buy their oil. We cannot negotiate. I thought everything is negotiable, but sometimes things are not negotiable. Just like America won't give its technology to other countries, right? Another country say, no, you need to negotiate your technology with us, or else we're gonna go in the middle of the night and we're gonna snatch your technology. You know? How's that? Americans gonna feel, our president feel that another country's gonna come up, we're gonna go in there, you don't give us your technology, or sell it to us, or share it, the contributions, we're gonna go overnight and we're gonna snatch your technology, owe you, and kidnap you until you submit to our negotiations or our deals. You know, it's crazy. What they're gonna do to Taiwan, right? What happens if China wants Taiwan and America and Israel says no, Taiwan is ours. They already negotiate with us, and basically Taiwan belongs to America, right? You just think about it. You know, we don't want nobody to do anything with people that we have either contracts, negotiations with, and we don't want no other country to interrupt our business contracts or negotiation. So that means China is not allowed to speak to its own people that is nearby. Practically China and Taiwan is still one people, but no. They're trying to call them that just because they're separated, they could do their own thing. They could separate from Taiwan and call themselves Taiwanese or whatever. Wasn't gonna look good. So what's gonna happen also to Ukraine is Ukraine loses, you know, Russia's gonna step in and just occupy that. Oh, it's the reason why Ukrainians gotta win, because United States and the NATO allies want to step in and take over that country. It's the same thing. Everything's gonna change. If you lose or win or whatever, somebody else is gonna take care of that territory. But it's gonna be a foreign entity, a foreign country with foreign ideas, right? The people that supposedly was on that land is not gonna keep the land in rule anymore. That's the problem with all these things, you know. In a modern age, how could people still be fighting wars, man? What's the intelligence? What happened to all the HPDs and MBAs for? I don't understand. You know, why can't we pay? We pay everybody else's country. We give them handouts. Why can't we pay for what we need? Why can't we contribute things that we need here in America? Why we gotta go out and buy all these things and import it? Why can't we just do it here in America like once before America was great? You know, manufacturing, doing things. Now we don't do anything. We want to take other people's stuff, other people's minerals, other people's inventions, anything that we need. We're not going to pay for it. We're going to demand that you give it to us or negotiate with us, or we're going to invade you. You know, we come up with something to invade your country and take control of your country and your resources. That's what's going to happen. You know, Europeans did it back in the time. They're still doing it. Now that these people can't do it no more, you know, their military is shambles. They don't got the might. They don't got the will. You know, France, Britain, Spain, Portugal, all these countries that were big, you know, Egypt, Rome, they all fell, they all lost. And the only one last now that is standing is the United States of America. And if America pushes too hard, sooner or later, man, everybody's going to go against it. You know, I don't think white folks can't travel anymore, man. They got this bad omen everywhere they go. It's trouble. You know, everything they stepped on, they think is theirs, that's their domain, that you got to ask permission, and he don't have to ask permission, that he could just walk right over it, disrespecting other people's lands and cultures. You know, things are bad, man. Right now, you know, I always plan to travel every year. I can't go travel when countries are on an uproar, fighting with each other, you know. You know, being that you show an American passport and it gives you a bad reputation that everywhere you go, you're going to start trouble. You know, I don't know what this New Year's bring. It didn't bring anything good, just chaos. We started the new year with wars again, a new war. You know, Latin America, none of these countries have no military might, because if they had a military might, you know, the United States wouldn't go out there in the middle of the night like a thief. That's what they do, right? You broke in an entry and, you know, snatch a president and his wife out of their country. to bring them here to the United States to do what? To negotiate what? You snatched them already. You don't want them in power, so what you snatched them for? You know, what were you going to feed them for the rest of their lives over here in America? What you going to do with them? You know, what you going to do with all the countries that doesn't give you all these minerals? What's going to happen with Ukraine? What happened is Russia takes over Ukraine. You're going to go kidnap Putin too? Come on, man. You're going to go into Africa and kidnap that Dorte, the President Faso over there, kidnap him too? You're going to go all around the world kidnapping presidents and people of leadership in other countries? Come on, man. When all these things going to stop, man? You know, I'm old enough. I don't care, you know. But, you know, you got these young people that they don't care and things like that. And people just want to live life in all these years, wars and going over there to another country. It might be fun because people don't understand what military combat does to people and generations, because people are going to be talking about this for generations to come. And people don't forget, just like Japan is not going to forget what America did. The Koreans are not going to forget what the Japanese did to them. The Filipino people are not going to forget what the Japanese did to them. Nobody forgets these things, but they just don't say it, but they're never going to forget. People are going to be living with animosity for years to come and generations to come. Why? Because the cycle of oppression of the people continues to go on and passed on. You know, when is all these problems are going to stop, man? Why can't people just be free and use the resources that they have in their own country and live peacefully? Back in the days, man, when there was no light. Why did you have to invent the light and electricity? People can't live with these stuff anymore. You know, they're so used to it. It cuts off for a few minutes. People go crazy. You know, things like people just take life for granted, man. Back in the day, there was no such thing as light, electricity. Then people lived normally. There was no city. Now we have all this technology, and everybody's fighting for a piece of everything. If you don't have it, if we can't produce it, we're going to take it or steal it from some other country. Man, things are getting bad. And, you know, things are expensive. I don't know, just because he went inside the Venezuelan people that things are going to get better in America. No prices are going to go down or anything's going to get better for us. It's just going to get worse because, like he said, we're going to make money. Who's going to make money out of that? You know, who's going to make money? Who's going to profit over that? He said, oh, the Venezuelan people are going to make a lot of money out of their oil. See, he changed the thing from drugs to oil. Well, how is it they're going to make money if they don't have control of their own resources? A foreign entity is going to have control of their resources. Come on, people, wake up, man. Can't we just get along? You know, what happened to the Olympics, man? Nobody wants to go to the Olympics no more. Everything is about war. Everybody's about building the bigger rocket, the biggest jet fighter, you know, everything. You know, the biggest ship. Everybody is a show of military. Everything's about military, about the best guns and everything. Nothing is about, you know, enjoying your life, going out, having a trip, seeing other countries, you know, enjoying other people's culture. No, everything is about fighting wars and getting somebody else's technology, finding out what the other country's doing. Yeah, everybody's in everybody's business and technology and information. The battle of information now. You know, the battle of minerals now. Before, you know, it was just having the best and enjoying the technology. Now everybody's fighting to get all the technology and using other people's resources. And you take it, they don't make no profit out of it, but you making profit and you're living off of other people's profit. Anyway, people, with that, I'll let you go and you think about that.